Young guns, having some fun. Crazy ladies keep us on the run. Wise guys realise there's danger in emotional ties, especially when you're doing a show called Is It? That feels all wrong.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
That's two now. Yeah.
Two now.
Yeah.
Catching up.
There we go. So, what we're looking at today?
Today, Dan, we are looking at the third iteration of Plugin Alliance's Brainworx XL. I know.
God.
Excited?
No.
Not
Has it got a
excited.
tuner on it?
No, it hasn't got a tuner on it. No. So, this one is...
Multi-band compression.
Yeah, this is a 3-band limiter that works in mid-side, plus a true peak stereo limiter over the stereo side of it, with saturation in 3rd and 5th order, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So I know it looks like a lot of their stuff, which is either works for you or doesn't work for you, this interface. I must admit, I haven't generally liked it, but on plugins where I like it...
You really like it?
I really like it, yeah. And this one, I got to admit, I was a bit confused when I first heard about it. I'm like, I didn't like the XL. And then I saw this, started playing with it. I'm like, oh, right, okay. This makes sense now. So what we are dealing with here, starting at this left-hand section, you have got 2 limiters that are working on the mid signal. So you split your stereo into mid-side. This does that for you. The mid only, so everything that's panned straight down the middle. So your kick, your snare, your vocal, your bass, maybe a few other things. So you have 2 different, you have low and high limiters for the mid only. So that means this limiter is limiting your bass and your kick. This limiter is limiting your vocal, maybe a bit of your snare. The flexibility that gives you from a stereo file is huge. On top of that, they give you another limiter that only works on the side signals. So your things that are panned, like your guitars, your synths, your BVs, that kind of stuff. All of a sudden, the amount of control you have over a stereo
Starts to make
thing
sense.
starts to work. And the controls you have over each of those bands.
Yeah.
So you've got XL. XL is saturation. You can turn it on or off and give it more or less. It's 3rd and 5th order saturation. It sounds nice. You've then got your attack and release times for the limiter. You've got a fader link. You can solo it. You can sidechain it. But basically, you grab that section there, that little button there. That is how much gain you want to add. And this is your threshold for the limiter. And it's the same for all 3. So really easy. Looks complicated, but actually it's the same.
Easy, yeah.
Very easy to use. You then go over to your global section here. Your global saturation. You've got a gain boost and a threshold for that as well.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Below that, your true peak limiter. And as we've discussed, true peak limiting means your intersample peaks get caught as well. So that is perfect to go at the very end of your chain. You've got your gain, you've got your ceiling. You've got 2 different sort of models of that, the classic or the modern one. They both sound similar but slightly different. I preferred the modern one. You've got release for getting the timing right. You know, with master limiting, it can really affect the rhythm of it if you get that wrong. And you can choose the amount of linking between left and right. Really useful. Solo section, solo any of those bands, really useful for dialing them in. Down the bottom here, set the crossover between these 2 and that one. Really useful. Mono maker as well, really useful. The more stuff you stick in the mono bit, the more these 2 have to do. You've then got how much of the side chain is affecting it, basically there. Overall in and out levels, you can either have left and right individually or link them, mid and side individually or link them. Some really nice in and out meters, gain reduction meters, luff meters, and a correlation meter for each of the bands. That's flipping very cool. And then down the bottom, you've got a summing amp. So overall, your pan for the mid and for the side sections, really useful for tweaking if there's been some issues in the recording, and then a master out. So as far as giving you features that you're going to need when you're mastering, this is
I don't think I've
right up.
I don't think I've ever seen you so animated.
I don't think I've ever seen something from them that made as much sense.
Oh.
Because they've made some bullshit that didn't make sense.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
This, to me, made a lot of sense.
I can see it making sense.
It's not something I think you should use all the time.
It's almost as well thought out as the one with the tuner was badly thought out.
It's as if there's 2 people in the office, and one's an idiot and one's a genius.
Yeah, a
And
bit
they
like our office. We won't say which is which.
We won't say which is which. But yeah, it's very similar. It's like they gave them the same interface and said, you make a plugin and you make a plugin.
Yeah.
And the Genius made this. Yeah, I would say if you're mastering in the box or want to, this is a major leg up. Once you've learned to not ruin things with it. The only problem with these kind of things is that
You go over the top.
you can go over the top and totally ruin things.
Yeah.
But you can subtly nudge things that are close right into the pocket with it.
So with the demo, obviously it's Plugin Alliance got 14 days.
14 days, yeah, which is all good. And
Guess the price.
Guess the price, Tom.
I think on sale it's going to be $64.99.
You're looking at it, aren't you? There's no way that you just guessed that.
I think you should give me a sweet every time I get it right.
Well, luckily my writing's so bad you got it wrong.
Oh, right.
It's $69.99 in the sale, which I am going to buy.
Oh, yeah.
That's sold all day long to me, that one.
Well,
it's normally $2.99, which even that, for the amount this does.
Yeah, but we know what that means, don't we, the $2.99? We've discussed this before.
Yeah, no one's going to pay
It's
that.
trying to give it value that...
Yeah.
You know. Excellent. So, I mean, I know what's going to come. Is it, Sean, is it shit?
No, I think it's a fantastic concept that they've put together really well.
Crikey.
We'll see after 6 months of using it as to whether I do use it as often as what I think I might. But I do think there's probably 3 plugins that this does the job of.
Yeah.
Which is always better, generally.
Well, Sean's going to have a little lie down after all that excitement.
It's just really damn hot.
It is very hot today, yeah. So please like the video.
And maybe subscribe to the channel or become a channel member.
And get some free mastering from Sean worth £50. Studio Life 101 on Instagram. We've got Patreon, merch stall. All the links are down there.
All that stuff.
Sayonara.
See you later.